Live league action. In 2018, the Auckland Rugby League is putting the game in your hands. Never miss a hit from New Zealand's premier rugby league competition. To get the inside edge on where you can watch the action live and free, hit up aucklandleague.co.nz. Live league action. aucklandleague.co.nz.
Hi, Andy Hay here, Head of Coaching Development for Auckland Rugby League. Big news this week, it will be the first ever training camp for the Auckland Vulcans. It will take place on Sunday the 1st of July and it will be hosted at the home of the Vodafone Warriors. For any further details, please contact us at aucklandleague.co.nz.
Oh my
Some
dear.
of the hits in this one. Here.
Love the college rugby league.
Williams again leading the way. Murray getting involved as well. They come back towards the middle of the park. And oh, guess what? Another big hit. Knock on, so what a hit there. Here.
Love the college rugby league.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into round 6 of the SAS College Rugby League competition. We're streaming live today from Otahuhu College in South Auckland, where we have Otahuhu College taking on Westlake Boys High School. As we mentioned, a round 6 match. Coming into this one, Otahuhu sitting in 8th position on the ladder, Westlake Boys sitting in 7th. I'm now going to welcome into the commentary box Troy Hardy. Well, Troy, we kicked off the live stream coverage last weekend with a match between Kelston and Southern Cross, and it turned out to be a good one.
Absolutely, mate. She was a humdinger, and it's great to see the Kelston boys out there. They certainly turned it on. A little bit slow to start with. Southern Cross were looking pretty sharp there in the opening, probably 5 to 10 minutes. And then basically Kelston ground their way into the game, and I think we got to the halfway mark. I think it was 4-4 from memory. And then in the second half, Kelston just showed a wee bit of class and got away on them.
Yeah, that's right. Locked up 4-4 at half-time, and in the second half, Kelston came to life, led by Conrad Tour and the halves, who had a really good game as well. They've got some good experience in that team as well, who have come through the Auckland Rugby League grades. So looking forward to this one, of course. Otahuhu College, they've brought through some real talents over the last few years. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck probably at the top of that list, no doubt. And recently as well, Joseph Vuna, who made his NRL debut for the New Zealand Warriors up against the Melbourne Storm on Anzac Day. And Westlake Boys were probably the most recent one. Zay Wallace, he's come through, played some really good football in the Fox Troy with Mount Albert before heading off to the Gold Coast Titans, where he linked up with the under-20s. But probably two differing styles we're going to see today. Otahuhu probably with a little bit more size, but Westlake fairly nippy around the ruck, and they've got some talent out wide.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's, if history shows us anything, just in regards to, I suppose, not just the school demographic, but, the cut and the size of the athlete over there. Normally a fast pace, they're pretty quick around the ruck, and you'll see them, try to put the acceleration on around there. And they'll be up against a fairly sizable Otahuhu side, which will have size and a wee bit of speed on the edges. So in for a great clash today, and they'll certainly be a tough team to crack. And just as I say that, the Otahuhu team's running out onto the field, ladies and gentlemen, and you can see Westlake just warming up on the screen now. We're going to be 5 minutes late to kick off, Corey. As you know, there was a wee bit of issue with traffic here in Auckland, as per normal. And the guys are sort of warming up, so bear with us if you've just joined us to the SAS College Rugby League live streaming, brought to you by Auckland Rugby League and our live stream partners, Ctas.
Yeah, Westlake coming into this one, 2 victories to their name and 3 defeats. They've only managed to score 60 points, but defence, their real issue, 116 points against. So they've really struggled off the ball. Otahuhu, well, fairly even on both sides. They've only scored 48 points, but they've only conceded 86. So if you look at that, their attack not quite as sharp as Westlake, but the defence markedly better. So it's going to be an interesting matchup of the styles here today. As you mentioned, a little slight delay here. How will that affect the Westlake team, who have hardly got a warm-up in? We saw them on screen just a little bit before, Troy. They're going through some final drills now, but the Otahuhu team all warmed up, now getting into their pre-match huddle on halfway. Of course, former national champions Otahuhu College. They won it the year Roger Tuivasa-Sheck was coming through.
Be a great year to play college rugby league if you had Roger in the team. Need to shout back a wee bit deeper in the old history books there for you, Corey. Great family that played in the Otahuhu College Rugby League team was the Ropatis. Joseph Ropati, Mean Machine, played for the Kiwis in '83. And also John Ropati, who's actually on tour, I think, with his sons that are in the New Zealand university teams overseas.
Yeah, that tour wrapped up recently, so the boys had a couple of games over there against UK opponents. Really good to see. Of course, Rory Ropati, who we've seen in action in the SAS Fox,
Yep.
he was in the team there as well. Kane Talia from the Point Chevrolet Pirates as well, so great to see some of our boys, I guess, excelling in their education as well, and managing to weave a bit of rugby league into that as well. So the team's now just going through their final little bits of warm-up, a little look at the ladder, and you'll see at the top, well, there won't be a graphic, we can explain to you, the Kelston Boys High School are at the top, unbeaten, a perfect 5 from 5, keeping that record intact last week with a win against Southern Cross. They're joined by a familiar name, St. Paul's College, also 5 from 5, and then from there, 2 points back at Southern Cross campus, who had their first loss last week. Fairly talented team, that Southern Cross side. Were probably a little bit unlucky, really just couldn't match it with Kelston's intensity in the second half. Wesley College, the rugby union powerhouse, who have really made a name for themselves in the 13-a-side game in recent times. A couple of their boys, Adam Pompey, who's over with the Sydney Roosters right now, and William Pompey, who we see in action for the Franklin Storm at premiership level. So they've got some real talent out there, and it's great to see, I guess, what's been a traditional rugby union school giving rugby league a go. Manurewa, Mount Albert and Westlake are the next group back, and then Otahuhu, Avondale, Papatoetoe, Aorere and Pakuranga at the bottom. Pakuranga the only team yet to pick up a victory. So that's how the ladder looks.
Just heard in the background, Corey, a double chirp from our referee today, Viggo Rasmussen, and good to have him down there. I like saying his surname. I don't know whether I pronounced it well enough for Viggo, but great to see him out there, and he's wired up today, ladies and gentlemen, so we'll be able to hear him during the course of the SAS College Rugby League match brought to us here by Ctas Live, and also the match manager. Do you know much about him?
Yeah, TJ Ashford, of course, he works with us at the Auckland Rugby League.
Okay, there you go.
But also coaching with the Ellerslie Eagles and doing some good things there. Of course, the Eagles flying high in the Sharman Cup right now. And also the reserve grade team as well. I believe TJ helps out with them as well. So always good to see our volunteers getting out and supporting this one. And you mentioned Viggo earlier, one of our really good up-and-coming referees. There's a little bit of premiership stuff as well. We saw him in action at the Sports Safe RL9s earlier this year as well. So the team's now going through their final pre-match huddle. Now Otahuhu, they didn't play in the Premier Division last year, but they are back this year. Have probably struggled a little for consistency so far. Only the one win to their name so far, but plenty of signs to suggest that they can once again become a real force in this competition. Most recently, they've had some really talented players, the likes of Alfred Smalley, come through the grades. He's over with the South Sydney Rabbitohs right now, I believe. A number of boys who have, I guess, come through and gone off to play in Australia, moved over there with family and that sort of thing. A strong rugby league area, of course. We've got a couple of league clubs very close by here, the Otahuhu Leopards and the Mangere East Hawks. We're kind of halfway between those two clubs here right now. But also some really good talent involved in the coaching ranks here. Roman Hefo was a teacher for a long time here, also involved in the coaching setup here. And the legend, Leslie Vinacolo, the Bradford Bulls, scored 202 tries across his career. Absolutely magnificent player. He's actually been involved with the rugby union side of things here, but an incredible rugby league talent, of course, played in those Bradford teams that were packed with Kiwi talent back in the day. Troy Joe Vangana, Shontaine Harpy, Robbie and Henry Paul, to name a couple. So really good to see. Oh, incredible players. So it's great to see those guys, I guess, coming back to help out their local clubs and local schools as well. So we're just waiting now for Westlake, just taking off the training jerseys, so they're in no rush, making sure they get in every bit of that warm-up that they can.
We may be able to pick up some of the audio from the SAS College referee today, Viggo Rasmussen. Nice to get the Rasmussen back out again.
You like saying that one, don't you?
Mate, you got to give that a whirl. Not as much as TJ Ashford, though. What a legend he is, coming down to be the match manager today, over there in his lovely little blue coat, and getting ready for the match. Now, these guys, as we said, ladies and gentlemen, we're about 5 minutes late in starting. And as you can see, the teams lining up on the screen now. Westlake are here, set, ready to go. And referees probably giving them the brief, having the chat, Corey, as we like to call it.
Absolutely, and just thinking back to the game we live streamed last week, a number of SAS College Rugby League graduates who have come through the system and are now playing First Division footy in Auckland. And of course, a number of those guys really young and playing in the Fox. We've got 18 and 19-year-olds playing in the Fox now, so the demographic of that competition has probably changed a little as well. So are we going to see the next star unearthed in this one? Our first time streaming these two teams today. And if you are tuning in for the first time, we're live every Wednesday from 4 p.m. for the rest of the year.
Good strong crowd down here today, and a couple of guests there from the local establishment as we get ready for the live stream action. And I dare say one of the classic words we'll hear today, Corey, will be Chehu.
Yeah, always really good support down here at Otahuhu College. They love their rugby league. Great to see them all down in attendance today. So it'll be Westlake to get us underway. And off we go. Solid first carry forward there. The shoot almost comes off. But up and in defence from Westlake. Sione Vai involved in that tackle there. Little show and go. Takes on the line now. And that's a good little run early on from Phoenix Prugin. Breaks through the initial one. They straighten now via David Alfier. Right up on halfway now. Making good yardage early on here are Otahuhu. Solid carry forward there by the 12, Sitala.
Off from 16, here we are, hold. Go, that's 4.
Smalley now, the captain, George Smalley, pokes the nose through, eventually taken down under the weight of fight. Out the back it goes. Prugin shuffles play on, but it's forward. So Otahuhu pretty keen to chance their arm early, moving the ball around plenty, Troy, and especially early in the tackle count.
Just right next to us as they went past the commentary booth here, the big strapping Otahuhu winger number 2.
Moni Bulival.
Moni Bulival. Look for him to be brought into the game. We just saw the standoff there, try to connect with him with a big, massive cutout pass. He's a big strapping lad. He's a big unit.
Tall timber, which may be a target for those last tackle plays as this game goes on. We see Tolfella carrying forward now. And a definite size advantage to this Otahuhu team. Westlake are going to kick early on this one now. Otahuhu are back.
They need a good chase tackle here.
Toki picks it up, fends off the first one. Toki still running, but it's a good connected line from Westlake, and they get there and take him down on a 3-man tackle. They work it out again down this right edge, this time Tangi.
So maybe showing their cards early, Corey, if they're looking to kick early, trying to turn the big boys around, play them in their territory, but they're going to have to tackle them.
So penalty there, early advantage. Otahuhu now, who are going to kick for touch. Off the boot of Prugin. Plays in the first 15 rugby union team as well. An Auckland multi-tag under 20s rep.
We need to get another ball because that one's gone. Like, left the stadium.
Big shout out to Steeden, the official ball supplier of the Auckland Rugby League.
And one's onto the park now.
Supplying our footballs across the grades.
And putting them on the roof of the Otahuhu admin block.
So the tap and go, we're back underway. Solid carry forward by Lotu. We do apologise for the markings today. They are rugby union markings, so we will endeavour to give you the best calls we can now as Smalley just about breaks through. Toya did well to hold on. Left edge they come now. Short at the line. Brings Satala in, who looks to power spin his way out. Little dart out of dummy half. Is he there? I think it's been held up. It looks like good defence from Westlake. Held up is the call.
Rasmussen on the spot there.
So back to play it.
Keep going, keep going. Okay, there.
Sent them back again.
False start. Akimo. Big bumping carry forward there by Afoa. Left edge they come. Lovely little inside ball there. It's good defence from Westlake. They read it well. I think he's short of the line. That's last tackle. It's going to be a handover. That was good defence, wasn't it? Because Tauki chimed in nicely into the back line there, but Westlake onto it. They spotted it. Were able to shut it down. Good defence from the North Shore outfit, who now will work it out from their 10.
Move now! Here we are. Hold. Go. That's one. Hold. Okay, roll away now. Here, hold. Hold.
Westlake on the
Go.
grind.
Right on, that's two.
Move out. Attempting to go to this left edge, but it's a good read by Prugine, up and in.
Here we are. Hold. Go. That's three.
Looking for a couple of strong runners. Is this our man?
Toya
Okay, off the top now.
takes it forward.
Hold.
Headgear's come flying off.
Go. That's four.
I think it was done up in the first place, which possibly wasn't the best idea. They get to their kick. It's a decent little kick, creeping down towards the sideline here, but it's picked
Good
up by
chase.
Tauki. The chase is very good indeed,
Tackle one. Move now.
and they get him around the legs. So Westlake fighting their way back in the field position battle there.
They need to tackle though. Keep the advantage.
Yeah, first up contact, a bit of a concern. Lua that time able to
Go. That's two.
break through the first attempt. Good contact that time though.
Play on.
Tommy Nico.
Need to tie
Although
up.
here we go again, they're breaking through and they're making easy yardage here. That time,
Call to
Alfea,
hell.
they shuffle out to the right now. Back and play the ball is the call. So a little bit of messy stuff here from the Otahuhu team, probably just not taking the guidance of our referee
Here.
so well.
Left side here.
Phoenix. Help me up. I can really read that.
Ball went forward off the play the ball, boys.
Corey's
So it's-
laughing at me because I haven't got my glasses here, ladies and gentlemen.
Scrum
That's
to
so
pack
funny.
down.
Phoenix, the standoff for Otahuhu, is certainly injecting himself into the game in the early stages. He's looking pretty dangerous.
Yeah, he's put himself about nicely on both sides of the ball. A couple of nice runs, but also some good defence.
Last man, let's go. Heads in. Okay, ball in now, sir.
So scrum packs down. Ponton feeds it.
Be interesting to see if they kick early again, Corey.
Go, that's one.
You're right, we have seen two early kicks from this team, and there's good defence again.
Release the man.
Alfea and Prugine.
Move now.
Little slip there as he went into the hit up now. Atkinson Dag jumps out of dummy half. There's a good run, but where's a hit for it? And it is indeed up high, so penalty Westlake.
Slipping, but you caught him. No. Six.
Yeah.
Caught him high.
Rasmussen's giving him the hand signals. He doesn't like the high tackles.
Make sure your players are behind you. Make sure you're
That's one thing that he will be showing discipline on today, ladies and gentlemen.
Here we are, boys, on me. On me. On me. Hold. Hold. Go.
So the tap and go back underway. Westlake now with their
Move now.
most valuable possession of the game so far.
Go. That's
Atkinson Dag is the dummy half. Jumps out, solid contact though, and it's led by Sitala.
Square. Hold. Go. That's three.
Down the right they come,
Okay,
tries
off
to
the
stand
kick
them up
now.
at the line.
Yeah. That's four.
Now they centralise. At the line, coming out of the line was Prugine, and now they're in trouble here, Otahuhu. They spread the ball, Westlake down into that left-hand corner, ball's loose.
That's zero.
And it looks like it's been cleaned up by Otahuhu. So
Here, boys. Here. Go.
end-to-end stuff here. Westlake coming very close that time. You could see Troy Prugine jumped out of the line,
Okay, let him go now.
and they were very close to executing the gap,
Go.
with the ball
That's
coming
one.
loose.
Otahuhu on the grind now inside their 10.
Okay, off him now.
One thing that's struck me this year, Corey, is Westlake would have the hardest reading numbers jerseys in the competition. Last year we had white numbers on white jerseys, and this year those black numbers on the red jerseys aren't doing me any favours. Great break.
Wonderful break up the middle of the park. Taken down just short of halfway. You're right, Troy. The number's very hard to read on the Westlake jersey, so we do apologise if we get a couple of those wrong. Bumping carry forward that time. Brave down low was
Rugby
Atkinson
league.
Dag. Swing it out the back now. They go to the line. Otahuhu, the chase is on. Westlake back to clean up. The fullback picks it up. Boy, it was messy.
Okay, let him up now. One.
Looked like he fell down and just waited. He succumbed.
Surrender tackle. And of course, is legal these days in the game. Used to be a penalty.
Yeah.
Atkinson Dag. And Prugine coming out there. He led with the shoulder. He's lucky he didn't connect there, or that was a penalty.
Maybe I shouldn't have taken that. A little bit of tongue-in-cheek. The ground is a wee bit soft in certain parts on the park. And as we came in today, it just sort of finished raining a little bit. And our live stream camera guy's got his car a little bit stuck. And so we got about 30 kids from the school to just pick the car up and carry it out.
It has been a lot of rain in Auckland the last few days in particular.
Touch.
As Westlake now kick for touch. Another high shot there. So Otahuhu, their discipline probably letting them down a little. So far, it's a couple of penalties already for it. Troy, you mentioned it is something that the referees, particularly at this level, really clamp down on with such a focus on player safety. Now, we can't be having any contact up around the head region. Good three-man tackle there from Otahuhu. Atkinson Dag comes back to the middle. They try a little bit of footwork at the line via Tominiko. 45 off the line now. Westlake struggling to bend the line. That's a good tackle. Dominant tackle down low. Down the left they come. Looping kicking over the top. Now he was hit. Was it late? Play on is the call. So a good kick pressure in the end. Halfback is up and okay. Suapaya on a big run forward there, takes him up over halfway. Sixth former.
He's held up.
Penalty at the end of it as well. So Otahuhu now starting to make some inroads.
I was about to say, I think it's going to be a tough day in the office for the Westlake boys, just looking at some of the size across the park. And you mentioned it early, Corey. These guys are a lot more quicker around the field, and I think that's part of the strategy on the kick. Kicking early and getting up there. They certainly were chasing it down, and they're not going to win this with a wrestle. They're going to have to beat these guys with speed.
And you can see, in terms of in the middle of the park, they're really struggling to make yardage, so their best chance does look like it will be and around that ruck. Test the edges.
Is that a restart there? He wasn't happy?
Yeah, off the mark again. Probably not made any easier by the rugby markings on the field as they get back into it now. They play at the line and bring Alfea into it. Balls come loose. Penalty is the call. Two's on offer in front of the posts. Do they take it?
Or roll on.
There was no discussion.
These guys are going to roll.
Back underway we go. Lutu takes it for him. Where's the shot for his troubles? Lutu still driving the legs. Look at that. They're hanging off him. Lutu keen to get to a quick play of the ball. They shuffle out. Smalley, first receiver now. They move the ball on. Nice crisp stuff from Otahuhu. Good sliding defence, though, as you pointed out from Westlake. They're in trouble now down the edge, but again, Atkinson Dag, who's been very brave in a couple of tackles early on here. Now they play short at the line. Bumping off one, bumping off two, driven to ground. Ball has come loose. Our cameraman's lost it. Now we're on the break. Coming across is Prugine. Eyeing it up, he's got no support on offer. Now he's looking for it, tucks back in on the inside, but good cover defence from Otahuhu.
Don't want to quick play the ball here. Westlake is set, ready to go. Otahuhu still getting back into the D.
Penalty here, and they're very lucky to keep 13 men on the field because that was very close to a professional foul that time.
For the momentum of the game, you'd probably think that the Westlake boys would have liked to have just played and gone.
Yep, and I think Otahuhu knew that. That seemed like I dare say a fairly deliberate infringement on that occasion. A tap and go from Atkinson Dag. And now it's Finau Paia. They are about 20 out from the line. Towards the middle of the park they come. Dummies to play at the line. Instead goes himself. It's Paia again.
Release them now, George! Here. That's three.
Atkinson Dag goes short to his halfback now, out on the edge. We've got a penalty, and it's going to be for obstruction by the look of it. So shot themselves on the foot that time, Westlake. They've done really well to get down there. A heads-up play.
Yeah, it's been the first time in this part of the park, too, with the ball. Opportunity is straight. Wonder if I can jump out and catch this one, Corey.
Prugine kicks the
Close.
touch.
Oh, that's awfully dark there on the screen.
Okay, here we are, Red.
You get a bit of iris action there, and the ball's back onto the
Hold
park.
with me, though. Hold.
Tap and go from Otahuhu. Work it out from 30 metres off their line. Carry forward there. It takes 2 to bring them down. Gonna slow that play the ball down now, Westlake.
Play on.
Little play at the line. They get the offload out the back, and now here's trouble straight through the middle of the park. Westlake coming from everywhere. The quick play the ball spells trouble for Westlake. They're struggling to contain this team when they get a roll on. They jump out of dummy half now through Tangi.
Off them now, 15. Here we are. Hold. Go. That's 4. Centre. 6. You need to get
Just
back.
strolling
They
in.
centralise through Smalley, who's taken to the ground. Last tackle coming up. What have they got here? Prugine on the ball. Prugine goes to the line, back cut out ball. That is a beautiful rugby league try in the corner, and it is scored by Bolival. You highlighted him earlier, Troy, but put it down to the play of Prugine at the line. Lovely flat ball. Let's take a look on at the SAS replay.
They went the whole length of the field on that set. Just too tough down the centre, as you were calling, Corey. You know, the big boys were just bending the line. They got set up here, put on the speed, and you take over from here, mate.
It's just good vision, isn't it? Prugine, he knows at this point they've probably got the advantage. You can see there the winger comes screaming in. The execution's very good as well. Lovely flat ball. In the end, Bolival does well to scoop it in and score in the corner.
And I don't think that's going to be the last time we see that cut-out pass or that play today. And if you've just joined us, ladies and gentlemen, the College Rugby League sponsored by SAS Sporting Apparel. They're also the major sponsor for the Fox Memorial. And we go live every Saturday with the Fox. And that goes out from 12 o'clock this week, Corey, at Walker Park, where we're in for the big game down there, a Root Rooster clash match.
Yep.
Point Chevalier up against Glenora, and what a humdinger that's going to be.
Yep, arguably the game of the season. We had them in round 1. 1 point separated them in the end, 11-10. Point Chevalier getting the chocolates on that occasion, winning the Roop, winning the Stormont Shield, and taking the 2 competition points. And they've done that every week since. They remain undefeated. Will that change this weekend?
Really
Phoenix.
excited about that. It's going to be a massive game.
Phoenix Prugine now to attempt the conversion. And well away to the right, so the score remains Otahuhu College 4, Westlake Boys High School 0.
Kind of rostered that.
17 minutes gone here at Otahuhu College. Starting to lose a little bit of light here.
Yeah, that's bit of grey cloud up over the back there. If the sun pops back out, we should be good. Great support down here today, though, ladies and gentlemen. Both sides of the fields are absolutely chocker. Westlake come back now and get ready for the kickoff.
And that try was really built off some strong carries from Otahuhu, but crucially quick play the balls at the end of it. We mentioned that Westlake really struggling to maintain their role once they got going. Otahuhu, they need more of that. Key for Westlake, try and control that ruck as we see a strong carry forward here. David Alfea, who's broken free, the big prop. He's got dreams of the 100-metre run. He's not quite going to get that. Here's the quick play the ball. Now they jump out Otahuhu.
Good offload.
They hand back now to Moriarty, who carries forward another 10 or 15 untouched. If they go to the edge, they've probably got an advantage here. They're going to go left.
Off the ball now.
Westlake have scrambled well. Suapaya taking the ground there now. Moriarty back involved. Flicks it out the back, gets the offload away. Here we go. We're about to see the second try of the game. Sitala, it is a try, 4 points.
Where do you want to start the replay on that one? So I think we've just witnessed they kicked off and didn't even complete the set of 6. I mean, the coach is going to be disappointed with that.
Yeah, and it all started with a really strong carry from David Alfea and then finished off here by Sitala, who just goes to the line, a little bit of footwork, manages to get through. There's a couple of bodies under him, but he does well to finish it. And Otahuhu, just like that, double their advantage. Seeing a little bit of the build-up play here, and he had a couple of nice touches in this one. Sione Moniati. This one here, look at the contact. Gets the offload out the back as well.
That poor young fella had to go back for another hit.
And then it's just nicely finished in the end. So good stuff from Otahuhu College.
Always great fun, the College Rugby League. We love it.
Kick is away, flags down, and score remains Otahuhu College 8, Westlake Boys High School 0. 20 minutes gone, 5 minutes left in this half, ladies and gentlemen. Do stay with us at half-time. We'll have a little update from the Auckland Rugby League.
Got a highlights package for you, Corey. Managed to chomp a bit of action together from last week's game, so you'll be able to catch up with Kelston boys up against Southern Cross and capture a few snippets from that.
Yeah, good game as well in the end, an exciting game after being locked at 4-4 at half-time. Kelston blow it open in the second half. Are they the team to beat this year? The table would suggest so, at the top right now, but nestled in close behind Troy, a rather familiar face, St. Paul's College.
Yeah, never undermiss the SPC.
So back into it, go Otahuhu now.
Okay, move now.
As we enter the closing minutes of the first half here at Otahuhu College, round 6 of the SAS College Rugby League competition.
Westlake are going to have to work very hard on the D now. They don't want to leak another one inside this remaining minutes for this part of the half.
And already a noted improvement in their line speed on this set as they look to get up, and there we go, an error.
Okay,
And it's the man we've just given a rap to, Moniati. So they've turned it over here, Westlake, and wouldn't they love some points right on half-time?
I wouldn't be strolling up to that D. You'd want to be hitting it as fast as you can. Headgear off again.
Come out. This time it's Lusson, Richmond under-18s player, in his 6th form year at school. Sam Wilson,
Not a bad carry.
release him now.
a Niue under-16 representative. Atkinson Dag now centralises, brings Lusson back into it. Struggling to dent the middle, but they've got some talent on the edges. Will they go there now? Atkinson Dag goes to his big man who plays at the line. The defence comes up quick, suffocates them. Last tackle coming up. Right edge they go. To the line, dribbles a little kick in. Scooped up though, nicely cleaned up at the back by Zion Toki.
Go. That's one.
And Otahuhu now with the chance to work it out. Dying minutes of the first half here.
Hold. 8, you're not there. 8, you're not there.
More headgear flying off.
They don't want to be holding off these boys.
Okay, move now. Here we are. Westlake, left
Probably a
side.
nod to the physicality of the game so far.
And 7.
Up inside the 10, so here we go. Golden opportunity now for Otahuhu to have last say in this half. They tap and not going to be allowed.
No, Mr. Rasmussen says, not today, son.
Kick up over the live stream box here at Otahuhu College.
Hold, boys. Hold. Go.
Back underway. Good carry forward there, he's still going. Toki with a massive carry for Otahuhu College.
It's open.
Good scramble defence from Westlake though. To their credit, boy, they have scrambled well. Inside the 10 is going to be the call. Do you take the 2 here?
Swimmer tackle.
No, these guys.
What are you doing, 9? Okay, wait.
It's not in their vocab. They tap and go. Toki, first receiver, now they hand it off to the big fella. Moniati, still going. Takes half the Westlake team with him. Right up against the line now, Otahuhu College. Left edge they come. Little show, a little go, but look at the defence from Westlake.
Thank you.
Up and in. They push him across towards that sideline. And they bring the try scorer, Setala, into the action.
Great D so far. They want to keep repelling them. Pride in the line, keep them out.
Dancing their way through now, but there's no gap developing yet. Right edge, Prugin. Dribbles a little kick in behind, it's loose. Cleaned up though well by Westlake, and is that a high tackle? They forced them in goal. They'll struggle to get a restart underway here. By our count, about 30 seconds left in this one. Match manager is up on his feet, so that might be all we get for this half. In the second half, we will welcome in our commentary partner, Savannah, who will deliver the second half with Troy.
Very excited about that. Not much of an opportunity for me to be able to call a game with young Sav. So we look forward to that.
So a high restart. It's gone about 35 on the fly, and look out, Moriarty! He's still going. Siren goes in the background. The big fella doesn't care. He says, I want to try. Gets the offload away out the back door. It's still alive. Westlake getting there in numbers now, eventually taking the ground, and that will do us half time. And wait, we're going to end on a penalty, are we? No, that's going to be it. So it is Otahuhu College 8, Westlake Boys High School 0. Half time here, round 6 of the SAS College Rugby League competition. Stay with us for some highlights at half time before we bring you the second half. Some of the hits in this one. Here.
Love the College Rugby League.
Williams again leading the way. Murray getting involved as well. They come back towards the middle of the park. And oh, guess what? Another big hit. Knock on, so what a hit there. Here.
Love the College Rugby League.
Hi, Andy Hay here, Head of Coaching and Development for Auckland Rugby League. Big news this week. It will be the first ever training camp for the Auckland Vulcans. It will take place on Sunday the 1st of July and it will be hosted at the home of the Vodafone Warriors. For any further details, please contact us at aucklandleague.co.nz.
Awkward ball down around the legs. They get an offload out the back, and again the spread's on, and they might get in here. Southern Cross, numbers out wide. We're going to need to wait for confirmation on that one. He's gone over in the corner, and our referee points to the spot in the shape of Aloisi. 5 out from the line now. Watch out for Tua. Multi jumps out of dummy half. There it is.
Convert into points here. So out from the 10, they're here, spreading it out wide and no numbers. And that is Mark Rasmussen for the Trifle boys. Yep, Whanoti will be looking at what to do. Jumps out of the dummy half here and takes it all the way. Kenneth Whanoti, hooker for Carlson boys, has taken it away. He said, see ya.
Football replays, which will be on our Auckland Rugby League YouTube channel.
Tua again. Out to the right and left, and OJ Lohingoa with the try.
And what a fantastic match it was. Kelston boys were showing a lot of class today, 22 points to 4. Southern Cross really slow to get out of the blocks.
Some of the hits in this one. Here.
Love the College Rugby League.
Williams again leading the way. Murray getting involved as well. They come back towards the middle of the park. And oh, guess what? Another big hit. Knock on, so what a hit there. Here.
Love the College Rugby League.